Hi Devesh, I am getting a wonderful guest today on जिंदगी का पर्चा चाय पे चर्चा बिजी के साथ। हम लोग दूर दूर से ही चाय पीने वाले हैं और वेटिंग फॉर हर टू कम ऑनलाइन। और आज हम जो बात करने वाले हैं इट इज़ बेसिकली ऑन द वर्ल्ड मेंटल हेल्थ डे एंड yes, it's a wonderful person whom I've known for I think around 2 years. So we're waiting for some more viewers to come forward. We will soon be starting Zindagi ka Parcha Chai pe Charcha Biji ke Saath. So let me just start with how Zindagi ka Parcha Chai pe Charcha started. It all started with a with a talk with one of my friends on how we could get together to give value to others. So I have been interviewing a number of people I think would be able to give value to the viewers, and so I'm bringing them online now. And today we have a wonderful guest. Her name is Tarveen Kaur, and she'll be joining us soon. And there she has joined. 100 years you're going to live, Tarveen. So we're waiting for some more viewers, maybe a minute or two, and then we will start with the. Yes, I will definitely be getting you online. Okay, fine. Hi, Tarveen. Thank you for joining us here today. And the main reason that I wanted you to be here is because today is Mental Health Day. That is 7th of April. And let me share with you why it is celebrated as the World Health Day. Because this was the day when WHO, the World Health Organization, started in the year 1948 to have the people all over the world get more understanding about the health, public health, and resort to measures like right now also we are in one such state where we need to be very cautious about our own health. We've been talking about physical health for a pretty long time, but just as we mentioned in the previous video also, I have talked about the International Institute of Forgiveness, which has conducted a lot of research and found out that mental illness is the #1 killer disease that is much beyond any other physical manifestation. So all the physical manifestations are because of the mental health problems that we have. Today people are becoming aware on taking care of their mental health as well. Are you comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me share with you first a beautiful story about a Bohemian writer from Germany. His name is Franz Kafka. He has written a lot of literature and a lot of stories, and one of his famous is the one about the doll. So once Kafka was traveling by the streets of Berlin, and he found a young girl who was crying for a doll whom she had lost. So Kafka tried to help her out. Just a minute. Yeah. So Kafka tried to help her out and tried to search the doll for her. But what happened was they were not successful in getting the doll. So Kafka said that I'll do one thing. Maybe the doll has gone out for an adventure trip. So that is the reason you're not able to find it. I'll speak to the doll and ask her to send letters to you. So talking about the adventure travels. And that's how he starts a series of stories about the adventure travels, writing these letters to that young girl year after year. Then after some time, as the girl grows up and she meets Kafka again, and Kafka realizes that yes, I need to give her a doll back. So he purchases a new doll and he gives it back to her. But she looks at it and says, no, but this has changed. It was not like this. So he says, it has traveled pretty long, and therefore the adventures have changed it, and that's why it is like this. So year after year, he used to send her the letters. She had collected all those letters, and this doll was the best gift that he had given her. So she was very happy and she went away with it. And it is said that after a few years, she found when Kafka died, she found a letter inside the doll, and that helped her to understand about life and what life teaches you. So, Franz Kafka was also a person who had suffered from clinical depression, insomnia, and many other mental illness because of a lot of stress. So, stress is something that actually kills you, right?
Absolutely. I
What's
think the story is so beautiful and so profound, like to say that change is the inevitable thing which we all know. So,
Yes,
and like you said in the story, that the doll, maybe the physical or the outside of it changes, but your inside is what is in your control. You balance it, you hold it, and then you learn to love things as it is. That she loved
yes.
the thought probably she was in love with the exterior of the doll which she identified, but later she realized it's not that, it's much more deeper.
Yeah, that's why what was written in the letter that she found in the end was that everything you love will probably be lost, but in the end, love will return in another way.
Anna. They say no, one door
I
closes
repeat
and
it because
another door opens.
yes, I love this phrase. Like, it says everything you love will probably be lost, but in the end, love will return in another way. It's so profound. It says that love is never lost. So, what is your opinion regarding this particular statement? I love that statement which I made. Love is never lost.
I think the most beautiful part about it is the word love itself, because love is something which you own it. It's not that somebody gives it to you. It's just inborn. It's inside you. So when it's inside you, it's never lost, because if you are breathing and living, you are a loving human being. It's just that we choose to give it, show it, or not, dig deep into it and bring it out. It's like a personality. We say some people say, "Oh, I'm quiet and I'm shy," or somebody says, "Oh, I'm very outwardly spoken." But that's not true. You choose. You choose to be quiet, or you choose to take the chance and speak and express. And the love which we are talking over here, I think today, and especially on this day of mental health awareness, which is also more like the emotional health. And we
Yes.
acknowledge that, emotional health is the most important thing. So, one thing I want to share over here about emotional health, which I really like when I read somewhere, that it doesn't mean that if people who are emotionally strong, they're happy all the time. They also get sad. They can also be angry. They can have their own anxiety and fears. But just having a strong emotional health is you have control over your emotions. You know, understand them and how to react in a situation. So it is just like physical muscle. You have to build your mental muscle to gain your emotional, health. And it ultimately comes down to one big heart of ours, which is right over here, which makes us everything. The drives
So
you to
again,
do. Hmm.
so that means the mental muscle has to be tweaked and has to be rectified and has to be fine tuned, right? So,
And work on it. Work out on it. Just like we work out on our physical health, it's very important to work out on our mental health every day. You can't say, okay, one book I read or one video I saw and that will change me. No, it won't. It's every day, day in and out. You eat and you get this nutrients in your body. The same with the nutrients for your mind. They require more time and effort.
now, when I talk about nutrients for the mind, according to me, I feel the nutrients for the mind is what is called as DOSE, DOSE. That is the feel good hormones of
Yeah,
dopamine, O is oxytocin, S is serotonin, and V
serotonin.
is
Yeah,
endorphins. So these are
absolutely.
the chemicals, and you know what? I had a lady, an 86-year-old lady, whom I was, counseling because she was scared of death. She had lost her husband, and only a few months had passed, so she was scared that she's also going to die, and she was into such a panic and anxiety level. Physically she was okay. At her age she was doing pretty good, walking on her own, doing all the things on her own, but this fear that she's going to die was there with her. So I said, अम्मी जी आपको पता है क्या करना है, आपको है ना हंसना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो हंसने का इंजेक्शन आप पे लगाएंगे. And I used to crack jokes with her, and things actually worked out very well. And she coped much better, and she could come out of it because actually it happens that if people need to lift their moods, like in depression, for example, you're always like lost, and you put your head down, and you don't have interest in anything at all. So the mood lifters that are given are actually doses of these feel good hormones. So why to go and have those extra injections when you can actually change the state of your mind?
Thanks for viewing, and I'm sure you've had a good time. Like, comment, subscribe, and share as much as possible so that others too can be enlightened. We'll be happy to bring you more and more videos, and if you have any queries with regards to personal development and personal growth, do write to us at seminarbiji@gmail.com or message us on 8355 824 990. I win when you win. God bless.